What's up, fuckers, and welcome back to another rebuild challenge here on NBA 2K22 Next Gen. Today, we are doing our fourth video in a row of the Trading Every Player rebuild series. A lot of you guys have been asking me to continue this, so I was going to actually make a pause, do a couple other videos, but we're just going to keep it flowing. We might try to mix in a couple other rebuild challenges after this one, but fourth in a row for now, and today we got the Phoenix Suns. So I'm assuming a lot of you do know how these work. I'm going to explain it real quickly for those of you who do not know how it works. There's a roster right now. It's the Phoenix Suns' current roster in the NBA. We have to trade every single player on that team right now, and at no point in time may they be back on the roster for any sort of reason. So we're going to trade them all, and I know a lot of you guys have been asking me, which way are you going to do it? Are you going to close your eyes and randomly do the trades? You're going to go ahead and make the trades yourself. And I've done two where I made them myself and one where I did it random. We're going to go back to random for this one. But again, I want to keep hearing your guys' feedback down below in the comment section. Of course, you can feel free to DM me on Twitter as well. So I'm excited about this one, man. Obviously, 3-year rebuild. We're going to try to get the Suns back to the NBA Finals, and hopefully they can win it this time. Of course, if you guys do have any other video ideas, any other challenges, anything like that, feel free to comment them down below. And without further ado, man, let's hopefully go get the Suns a championship with a new squad. So obviously the Suns do have a pretty good roster. They got a pretty good team. They have one of the best records in the NBA right now. But of course, this team's going to look dramatically different once we do start trading some guys. So obviously Devin Booker is probably the best player on this team. Chris Paul still here, Deandre Ayton. That's pretty much their big three. You got guys like Bridges, Johnson, McGee, Kaminsky. The rest goes on and on. But yeah, we got to trade everybody on this squad. We'll start out with Devin Booker, pretty much the youngest, best player on their team, pretty close. He has 4.5 stars in trade value. And I'm not going to have any say. I'm just looking at some of these offers real quick. Like, if I end up with this, I'm going to freak out. I'm going to close my eyes just so you guys know I'm not cheating, and I'll stop in 3, 2, and 1. And we end up with Christian Wood and Eric Gordon. Could have got Van Vliet, could have got DeJounte Murray, but nope. We get Christian Wood and Eric Gordon for Devin Booker. One of the best young shooting guards in the league. Not ideal. Chris Paul, going to be next. Honestly, he never really lasts that long when I have him in rebuilds anyway, just because of his age and regression in this game. And 3, 2, and 1. Oh, my God. Oh, good Lord. Oh, good Lord. Okay, well, we're not off to the start that I was hoping for. It only makes a video a little bit harder. And now Deandre Ayton we will do. I don't really want to trade Deandre Ayton, but of course, we don't really have a choice today, boys, do we? And stop right now. And Fred VanVleet, OG Anunoby. We do have to get rid of Eric Gordon, but I didn't do that myself. The game did it, so that's honestly fine. Cool. All right, we have Bridges, and I'm going to package him in with Cameron Johnson here. I think we should be able to get a pretty decent trade package for the two of these guys. They're obviously both still only 25 years old. And we'll stop in 3, 2, and 1. Jalen Brunson, Dwight Powell. Also, somebody, I forgot to mention this in the intro. Somebody commented down below. I forget who commented it. I apologize. Somebody said after you do the trades randomly, you can have 3 trades of yourself that you can like kind of choose. I actually really like that idea. If you guys are, I'm going to do that today. If you guys like that, let me know down below in the comment section. Again, I apologize if I forget the name of the man or woman, sorry, who commented it. But I really do need to figure that out because that's a really good idea. All right, we'll keep them flowing, though. Frank Kaminsky, Dario Saric. We'll just kind of get these out of the way. I'm not going to close my eyes anymore. You guys probably know I'm not cheating. But I'll randomly stop in 3, 2, and 1. Hassan Whiteside and Royce O'Neal. We have a lot of big men on this team right now. We really do. Crowder, Jalen Smith, who they're probably going to end up trading in real life. What pick? He was a pretty high pick, wasn't he? As a 10th overall pick. Back in 2020, that one didn't really work out too well. And stop. And Mitchell Robinson and Alec Burks. How many centers? How many centers can we have on one team? I don't really know. Who else do we have left to go? Cameron Payne, Landry Shamet, and then we got Alfred Payton, Abdel Nader. I believe that should be everybody. I believe. I'll double check that obviously after, and then I'll make my 3 trades. But I think that should be it. And 3, 2, and 1. Derrick Jones Jr. and yet again another center, Tony Bradley. Thank you very much. And then Nader and Payton. I think that should be it, if my math is correct. But of course, I'll double check that, and then I'll see you guys with the trade. But our final move here of, I guess, random moves is this. Jason Preston and Justice Winslow. Welcome to Phoenix. Let me double check, and I'll see you guys with the trade. I went ahead, I double checked the roster, and I confirmed that everybody on the current roster was not on it before I did all the random trades. Now, that being said, I do have at least up to 3 trades that I can make myself. Not at least, but I can make up to 3 trades if I wish. And this is going to be our first one. Steven Adams, Jalen Brunson. The reason I'm doing this, 1, at the center spot, we're loaded. Steven Adams is really not needed here. 2, we have Fred VanVleet. I maybe could move him to the shooting guard spot or somebody else there, but honestly, Jalen Brunson's on a 1-year deal. I don't even know if it's going to give me the rights or not to bring him back. And I'm really not going to risk that. He's a 1-year deal. We do have to get rid of a first-round pick, which is unfortunate, but we get a young guy in Tyler Hero who has proved a lot of people wrong, myself included. I used to call him Bubble Boy. I used to say that he peaked when Jack Harlow made a song about him, and he's been playing very well this season. Honestly, good for you, Tyler Hero. But I'm going to reward you by putting you on my team. So I have pretty high expectations. That's one trade in the books. We got a couple more to make, though. Our second trade here is going to be coming with the Detroit Pistons. Alec Burks and Dwight Powell going to head over there. We get Hamidou Diallo and Trey Lyles back. I'm doing this deal for Hamidou Diallo. He's going to be a backup to OG Anunoby. I think it's a very good second trade. And I believe we have one more. I think I just want to dump a guy. Our final trade of year number 1 is going to be coming with the New York Knicks. Hassan Whiteside for their 2023 top 3 protected first-round pick. And Ryan Arcidiacono. That is pretty much it. We have this rotation, or excuse me, we're going to have this rotation set, but that is it for trades. I'll see you guys at the rotation. So after a ton of moves, a ton of decisions, we have a starting 5, and it's honestly pretty good. We didn't get the players we really wanted, the stars for our stars, if you will. But we came away with some pretty decent players. Fred VanVleet, Tyler Hero, OG Anunoby, Christian Wood, and Mitchell Robinson. I moved Christian Wood down to the power forward spot so both him and Robinson could be in the team, or excuse me, in the starting 5. I didn't really think it made sense to have one of them off the bench. I don't know, though. I could be proven wrong. Maybe something won't work out. But that's it for year number 1. Bench unit, Hamidou Diallo, Tyus Jones, Derek Jones Jr., Duncan Robinson, and Tony Bradley. Unfortunately, guys like Trey Lyles, Royce O'Neal, Justice Winslow, they're really not going to get any minutes. But I believe contract-wise, they're all here this offseason. So either they're going to get some playing time next year, they're going to get traded in the offseason, whatever, Wade the cookie crumbles, if you will. Interesting saying. That's it for year number 1, man. I don't know how good this Phoenix team is going to be. Probably not nearly as good as they are in real life, but hopefully we're still a playoff team. I will see you guys at the end of year number 1 here in Phoenix. All right, first year comes to an end, and it was a pretty good one. We're a 1 seed here in the Western Conference. We're number 3 in the power rankings. Giannis wins another MVP. Josh Giddey, Rookie of the Year. I honestly don't think I've seen that. That's pretty cool to see. Drummond, Giannis, Tyrese Maxey, Monty Williams, your Coach of the Year. I will take it. All right, let's check out some standings. We were 55-27, tied with the Memphis Grizzlies, who have had quite a year in real life. Ja Morant, dude, is, oh my God. Good for him, honestly. Really, honestly. I'm really happy for Grizzlies fans. Let's take a look at some stats right now on the year. Christian Wood led us in scoring. Very happy I was able to play both him and Mitchell Robinson. All are obviously different types of players, obviously different types of big men, but still good to get them both in there. Obviously, the rest of the team goes as follows. Feel free to pause, take a look, whatever you want to do. Rebounds was Robinson, and assists was Fred VanVleet. Let's in the play-in. Let's see what we got in here. Round number 1. It's the Utah Jazz. Mike Conley, Donovan Mitchell, Bojan Bogdanovic, Rudy Gay, Rudy Gobert. Utah Jazz, always a team that kind of flies under the radar, really never gets the recognition they deserve for how good they are, honestly, but they also never really actually, they haven't made like a West Finals or anything. I say that we're down 3-1 of them, we're probably going to lose, and we lose in 5, but obviously, because why wouldn't, an 8 seed beat a 1 seed? But, you know what I'm saying? I feel like the Jazz don't really always get the recognition they deserve. Bucks go back-to-back. Giannis wins his second straight Finals MVP. Surprised he was able to beat the hype beast Zion Williamson himself. League meeting time, we reject these as always. We're good there. Draft lottery, we definitely didn't trade for any picks, right? No, I don't think so. We do have the Knicks pick next year. It's top 3 protected, and we're not very good this year, so that actually makes me feel pretty good. Pacers, Raptors, and Wizards, your top 3, followed by Spurs and Thunder very closely. Speaking of the Pacers, they need to blow it up. Monty Williams just won a Coach of the Year. We did lose in the first round, but I'm not going to fire him. I don't really think that's fair, if you will. I'll sign Trent Peter. Okay, we have no money. We're not signing any coaches. Let's head up to the NBA draft right now. See what we got in the pick department. We have no first-round pick this year. I don't know if I traded or they just don't have it in real life. Nonetheless, we don't have ours. It is time to make some moves. Duncan Robinson, I'm not paying $17 million to. I'm definitely not paying Justice Winslow 4. I'm definitely not paying Royce O'Neal 9, especially if neither of them are playing. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to kind of clear house a little bit. We're going to make a move or two, and I'll see you guys with those trades. So I'm going to do something that I don't do very often. I'm trading potentially one of our best, if not our best player from last season in Christian Wood, but hear me out for a second. I have a guy that I am targeting. It's Paolo Banchero. I'm really hoping he falls to number 2. If not, I'll just take Chet Holmgren or Jabari Smith Jr. It's not a big deal. But the reason I'm doing this is because I want to go ahead and I want to sign a big free agent. Obviously, I know you're just going to say he's only making $14 million, but in the case that I do not sign a big free agent this offseason, I'm going to try to sign one next offseason, and as you can see, he's on a 1-year deal. So, that being said, let's see if they'll take this. I highly doubt it. I didn't think so. What if I include some of these guys down here that are just never going to play for me, like a Royce O'Neal? I'll just dump them all, honestly. I'm not going to give up Robinson. I think you can get a little more from him. They don't even have the money for Winslow. So what I'm going to do is I don't actually want to give up that next pick. How about if I give you my unprotected first next year? And how about if I include 3 second-round picks as well? Would that get it done for you? How about one more second? Is that going to potentially move the scale a little bit? I'll give you one more first, but that's it. They agree to that. We have the number 2 overall pick right now. Maybe could have traded for 3, have been comfortable there, but honestly, number 2 is fine by me. Let's see who ends up going number 1. Obviously, we're going to take one of Holmgren, Paolo Banchero, or Jabari Smith Jr., whichever one does not end up going. Draft summary, it's Jalen Duran actually goes first overall. So I got a choice. I have a choice right now. I feel like I've drafted all of these guys a decent amount, and I know a lot of you guys have actually been telling me that Jabari Smith Jr. technically is the number 1 prospect of a lot of the 2022 mock drafts and stuff like that. I'm a big Chet Holmgren guy. I think he's going to be really good in this league. I'm also a big fan of Paolo Banchero, but Jabari Smith Jr., I just feel like it's a smart pick. We're going to go ahead and make the move. Honestly, I've had Chet Holmgren. I know he performs really well. I've had Jabari Smith Jr. as well. I know he performs really well. Welcome to the team, Jabari Smith Jr. I don't really know. It's going to be a fun 2022 draft, man. The more I'm like kind of learning about some of these prospects, the more I'm like kind of enjoying it. I've watched some film on a lot of them, and it's been good. Jabari Smith Jr., welcome to the team here. Team player options. Diallo obviously coming back. I'll bring back Lyles. Tony Bradley declined. Lyles is probably going to be a guy that does get traded right now along with Duncan Robinson. So we're going to do that. We're going to clear up some money. Jason Preston is not needed here. Cool. That's fine by me. Cool. All right, we're going to go ahead and we are now going to dump Justice Winslow, Trey Lyles, and Duncan Robinson in hopes of clearing up a little bit of money. And then going ahead and maybe making a run at a pretty big size free agent. Duncan Robinson, 2 stars, but a very big contract. Not exactly the easiest thing to move just for a pick. Washington wants to help me out a ton, and I will take it. And finally, Trey Lyles here. And we're in a pretty good spot. We really are, in my opinion. We really, really are. All right, what I'm going to do right now is take this right here from the Utah Jazz. I'll move Udoka Azubuike for another first-round pick. Hopefully, it's just rinse and repeat. Thank you very much. All right, we head into qualifying. We have none right now. We're heading into a free agency class where I'm hoping we can maybe get somebody pretty decent. Obviously, this class isn't the best that I've ever seen. It's also not a bad class whatsoever. So guys like Kyrie Irving are obviously here. Could I maybe go after a Kyrie Irving? It's definitely possible. We basically have every position except for center figured out because Mitchell Robinson's a free agent. We do have bird rights on him, and he is unrestricted. So that's one thing we do have to worry about. I wish I could see his cap hold right now, because that's going to probably play a pretty decent sized factor into my decision. I wouldn't mind signing Kyrie. I don't know if he's going to want to come here. Actually, he's definitely going to want to come here. He's not getting any real offers. I'm going to go ahead and assume that Mitchell Robinson's cap hold on his rookie scale second-round pick deal is not more than $13.76 million, so I'm pretty sure I should be good. Kyrie comes here. Mitchell Robinson has a $2.7 million cap hold, so we're good there. What I'm going to do is make sure he doesn't accept another offer right now. Tyus Jones, unfortunately, does have to... Well, actually, he technically doesn't, but that's not the biggest... Actually, do I have another backup point guard? Oh, and I have Fred VanVleet, but he's getting traded. Not that... I don't want to trade Fred VanVleet. He should be an all-star this year. The dude's had an incredible season this year, and I know, but it's not every day I can have Kyrie Irving, especially in a world, or a hypothetical world anyway, where he doesn't have to be vaccinated. All right, Mitchell Robinson. We're obviously going to bring you back. I'm going to let Tyus Jones walk. What I need to make sure happens right now is that Mitchell Robinson does not have any offers, because that's actually very important moving forward. We got Kyrie. Obviously, Robinson now has 7 offers. I'm going to max him out 100%. Hopefully, he accepts it, and then I'll accept him the day after. So Robinson, no. Robinson, no. And we should be good. Yes, we should be good. All right. Mitchell Robinson is not restricted, so we have to give him an offer. And honestly, I'm going to pay him a lot of money because I do not want to risk him going anywhere else. Honestly, if it ends up being not the best contract in the world, I'll probably look to trade him. But that being said, I think it was a good move. So what we have right now, they have Kyrie listed as a shooting guard. Oh, because I guess... Okay. Because I guess Harden's their point guard or whatever. Kyrie's going to be playing point guard for us, so I hypothetically maybe could play both these guys, but I don't know, man. Am I really going to keep Tyler Hero over Fred VanVleet? The only reason I would keep Fred VanVleet is that I think I can maybe get a better player for him than Tyler Hero. And it's nothing against OG Anunoby. I just kind of know what to expect from him. He wasn't bad for me, though. But I can't run Fred VanVleet as a 6-man. You know what I'm saying? And I do want to develop Jabari Smith Jr., so I definitely want him to be in the starting 5. I'm going to figure out something. I'll let you guys know. So I've been looking for the right trade for Fred VanVleet, and I don't want to trade him. The dude's been playing super well this year, but at the end of the day, he's a free agent this offseason. So is Tyler Hero. I'm going to sign Tyler Hero back. But we're going to do this deal, and I'm hoping to not give up this Knicks pick because they actually really weren't that good this past season. I would be more willing to give up my first in 2024, and then just want a future first. So Miles Bridges, PJ Washington come in here. They're going to be good bench fillers. Yes, I'm still starting Jabari Smith Jr., and we're going to have Bridges off the bench. But I made the decision. It might not be the smartest one in the world. A lot of you might still be mad at me in the comment section. But if I've learned one thing throughout these rebuilds, it's having a really good bench definitely does help a lot. So honestly, at this point in time, I'm pretty comfortable with just Kyrie as my only point guard, so I will sign a backup shooting guard. Why is Pat Beverly listed as a shooting? Does he, like, I guess maybe technically play shooting guard? I don't know. Who do I want to sign? A ton of great options. Honestly, I think Fournier will play a lot better in this game than he has for the Knicks in real life. He's terrible for the Knicks, except when he's playing the Celtics. Literally turns into a mix of Michael Jordan, LeBron, and Steph Curry when he plays the Celtics. I don't get it, but he does. Nonetheless, he's going to be my backup shooting guard here. It's an interesting team. Not a build-up or a makeup that I've had for a long time, but I'm honestly pretty comfortable and pretty happy with it. I don't know if it's going to work, but again, Trial and error, baby. I will see you guys at the end of, or see me at the start of year number 2. Start of year number 2 here in Phoenix. We obviously were a 1 seed last year. We got upset by an 8 seed, the Utah Jazz, in round number 1. We don't want that happening again. So we kind of worked on building our depth and our, our bench unit. And I think it's honestly going to hopefully work out. I might have made a couple questionable decisions, and honestly, that's fine if you think that. But this is the way we're going to go for year number 2. Kyrie Irving, Tyler Hero, OG Anunoby has gone down 2 overalls. He's 25 years old. I don't get it. Jabari Smith Jr. and then Mitchell Robinson, our bench unit. I'm sure a lot of you are also asking, why are you starting Jabari Smith Jr. over Bridges? It's just because I've seen him progress, and he actually ends up playing really well. I've seen him win Rookie of the Year before. And honestly, I don't mind bolstering that bench unit with Bridges as well. Hamidou Diallo, PJ Washington, and then Evan Fournier. It's not a bad bench whatsoever. I'm hoping they can kind of help us and maybe carry us. I'll see you guys at the end of year number 2. And we finished the end of year number 2 here as a 1 seed once again. I'm hoping for a little bit of a different result come playoff time, but nonetheless, I'll still take a 1 seed. Luka Doncic for his career MVP. Paolo Banchero, Rookie of the Year. Honestly, it's probably kind of the way he fit into the roster versus how Jabari Smith Jr. fit into our roster, but not going to knock the guy. Really good for you. Christian Wood, 6th Man of the Year, our old friend. Giannis Antetokounmpo, another Defensive Player of the Year. Peyton Pritchard, most improved. Good to see a Celtics player doing well. Monty Williams, 64-18, our coach. Wins his 2nd straight Coach of the Year. Hoping for a different result in the playoffs, though. We're 5 games up in the New Orleans Pelicans, who are not a team I want to face. Really hoping they somehow get upset early. Kyrie led us in scoring. Tyler Hero, Jabari Smith Jr., hell of a rookie season. I will honestly take that every single day of the week. OG Anunoby, Hamidou Diallo, Bridges, Mitchell Robinson, PJ Washington, Fournier, Glenn Robinson III got a few minutes as well. Rebounds was Robinson, and assists was Kyrie. All right, round number 1. Utah, again, not exactly who I want to be facing. You can take a look at their roster right now. They're pretty good. I'm going to sim the round. I'm confident. And we win in 5. Cool to see. D'Lo, Jalen Noel, Anthony Edwards, Vanderbilt, Karl Anthony Towns is the makeup here for the Minnesota Timberwolves, who we do have in round number 2. We're up 2-0. 2-1, 2-2, 3-2. We're going to game 7. There we go. And here come the New Orleans Pelicans. Kind of a bitch. Lewis, Hart, Ingram, Zion, Valanciunas. Let's go game by game with them. I do... 2-1. They make me so nervous just because I know like that Zion effect comes back and it bites me in the ass every single time. Every single time. Let's get into the offseason. Pelicans won the finals. Surprise, surprise. Zion Williamson, finals MVP. Honestly, one of the more annoying things to deal with in a very, very annoying game. But yeah, rejected all those as always. Is that Knicks pick going to be good? It's currently projected number 7. It's top 3 protected. We also have a Kings pick that I'm not sure if it has any protections on it. Nonetheless, we end up with... Wow. It was top 3 protected, and it falls at number 4. We also have number 11 via Sacramento. 2K's helped me out today. I'm not firing Monty Williams. He's not the problem. It's Zion and Zion. Wait a minute. Oh, never mind. They're in the same suits. I thought they were the same person. All right, up to the NBA draft right now. We have the 4th and 11th overall pick. 2 very decent picks. I don't know what I want to really do with this team. I'm not saying OG Anunoby is not like the guy at the small forward spot, but honestly, if his overall is going to keep going down, I don't really know what I'm going to do with him. It's not like he's a bad player at all, and I don't have a problem with him, but the decision has to be made somewhere, so I'll see you guys with a trade. I'm going to try to get Tamar here from the Chicago Bulls. It looks like 2K's kind of chilled out a little bit with his regression. That's obviously right now, though. Who knows what's going to happen at the start of next season. He could be like an 84 overall, and I could have shot myself in the foot. But I'm going to try to get Tamar here, and honestly, you can have number 4. I don't really need it. It's fine. It's such an overpay. I know it is, but I just don't need it. I have a treasure trove of assets and honestly a team that I'm pretty comfortable with. So we're just going to move number 11 for some future picks. Honestly, it's totally fine by me. I wasn't drafting anybody this year that was going to contribute significantly. Cool. All right. Qualifying offers. Tyler Hero, PJ Washington, 2 guys that I definitely do want to get back. Let's see here. Yeah, Tyler Hero, he's restricted. I wasn't going to trade him anyway. He's actually been pretty good for us. Washington, it's $20+ million, but I'll give it to you. We don't have bird rights on Diallo, which does kind of suck a little bit. It does, if I'm being honest here. Is it going to let me bring him back? No, it's not. Okay. What am I going to do right now? If we look at this roster right now, we basically need a backup at every single position. Or actually, not every single position, but the small forward and the shooting guard spot. So I will go ahead and sign. Honestly, I do this every time with George Brooks once he's in free agency, but I'll bring him back. We can let Diallo go because I can't bring him back. And I'll do the same thing. Honestly, I don't mind playing Gary Harris a little bit. It's not the best thing in the world, but it's not bad. So we need a small forward here. Doesn't have to be anybody amazing. George Brooks and 2 first-round picks. Give me a small forward. Ferdinand Korkmaz honestly wouldn't be the worst idea in the world. Cool. Welcome to the squad. He's still in Philly, right? All right, let me look that up. I'll see you guys at the start of next year. We're going to upgrade our backup shooting guard spot a little bit. Gary Harrison, 2 very highly, coveted first-round picks along with MCW. Over to Orlando for RJ Hampton and another first-round pick. It's basically just helping bolster the bench a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and set the rotation. The rotation is as follows here for the final year. I was right on my prediction about DeMar. He is down to an 84 overall, but honestly, it's good to see that they're not, shooting his overall down as much as they did in previous 2Ks, and honestly, it's good to see. Kyrie, Hero, DeRozan, Jabari Smith Jr., Robinson, Ben Sheena, Bridges, Washington, Hampton, and Korkmaz. I'll see you guys at the end of the third and final year. Final year here in Phoenix comes to an end. We are a 1 seed for the 3rd straight year, and we have yet to make an NBA Finals because obviously we've had to deal with the Pelicans, and we had to deal with the Utah Jazz in the first season. Luka, back-to-back in the MVP department. J.D. Davison, Rookie of the Year in New York. Ben Simmons, 6th Man of the Year. Maybe Tyrese Maxey finally took over. I guess he already did take over in real life, but you know what I'm saying. Giannis Stevens, Player of the Year. Jaden Hardy, Most Improved. Monty Williams, 3rd straight year of Coach of the Year as well. I am really hoping that this is finally the year that we get it done. We didn't win 64 games like we did last year, but nonetheless, this team was very, very good and very, very impressive. So I'm happy with the moves we made. Rebounds went to Robinson and assists was Kyrie. First round of the play-in, we got the Minnesota Timberwolves. D'Lo, Benedict Mathurin, Anthony Edwards, Vanderbilt, Cat, Dade McDaniels, Kendrick Nunn on the bench. I'm confident enough. Wow. Maybe I shouldn't have been. Derrick Rose, Josh Hart, Ingram, Zion, Billy Hernan-Gomez. They got Valanciunas off the bench. That's an interesting move. But, of course, here comes New Orleans, who beat us last year and went on to win the NBA Finals. And we're down 3-1 of them. Bro, I'm so sick of this Pelicans. Like, I'm so sick of them. It's ridiculous. Zion's literally eating his way out of the NBA, and in this game, he's the next coming of Michael Jordan. Like, I actually don't really know what to do anymore. Oh, this game frustrates me so much. I'll stick with Eastern Conference teams for now on. That's not our roster. I'll show you guys our roster again. Like, it's just frustrating. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I built this all to lose to a 300-pound dude who can't stop eating gumbo. Like, it's nuts. I don't know, man. If you guys want to see any other rebuilds, let me know down below in the comment section. As always, you guys are new around here, feel free to subscribe and let me know pretty much anything else you want to see. Oh, I don't love this game, but I do love you guys. I'll catch you guys all in the next one.